Thank you so much for having me at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Comedy itself, I've been seeing it since maybe 2015, since I was maybe 6. And I don't mean just watching as in watching on TV, I mean going out to comedy like you've all done today and watching it in person. My mother sitting me down at the back of a comedy club in Perth back in 2015 and just going, right, you sit here and let them do the parenting for the next 90 minutes. As she would walk off to the bar and go do her version of parenting for herself. And that's what I would do when I was a young kid. I'd see a lot of comedy and it was lovely. But I remember when I was that young, I would see the comedian doing amazing things, seeing them do crowd work and thinking, I'm up the back of the room. I'm clearly different in this situation. Why won't they do crowd work on me? And that's when I realized when I did Class Clowns for the first time last year, the front row, I can see you very clearly. The second row, I can also see you very clearly. The third row back, quite frankly, you are invisible. With these lights, when there are no house lights on, I just cannot see you. And speaking of crowd work, who makes a good analogue of six? You. You are 6-year-old me. For all intents and purposes, I will be asking you, you are 6-year-old me for the rest of the performance. You got that? Yes. Yes, Luca. Except you're not, you're Jack. You are 6-year-old Jack from now on for the rest of the performance. But 2015 to 2025, it's been such a change. Me back in 2015, I used to go by he, him. I still do, but we've got options now. It's lovely. 2015, Australia, 3 years away from banning the plastic bag. Sorry, let us just have a moment of remembrance for the plastic bag. 2 years away from legalizing same-sex marriage. America, 1 way from electing, 1 year away from electing. Oh, I could hear you all just tense up then, because you know who I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about the Dorito. You guys like it, good. In original versions of this routine, I called him the world's most controversial Dorito. He's just a Dorito. For the first time in the hundreds of years of history, America had the option of their first female president, or him, and they picked him. So they went for 4 years of the Dorito. By 2020, they were covered in cheese dust and empty carbs, and they were done. They were ready for a change. They were ready to go back to what they were used to, that old, plain, crinkle-cut chip. They were used to him. He had served once before. He was a nice fit, and they did 4 years. They were able to heal and recover. But after 4 years of healing and recovery, they decided, no, we need something exciting again. We need something groundbreaking, something that we're not familiar with, something like a female president. They also decided that a man who's been up for impeachment 3 times is also new and exciting, and thus ended Australia's relationship with America. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2025. But in amongst all of the chaos and madness, like me performing to 400 private school kids and Officeworks Senior High School, in amongst all of that, I've found out a lot about myself. I still am a massive stand-up comedy nerd. I've been a US politics nerd. I've been a debating and public speaking nerd. Granted, those 4 things have basically become the same thing at this point, but we digress. And I found a new thing to nerd out on. It's lovely. It's given me hope. It's given me direction. It's made me feel like part of a community. It's not religion. I need to just clarify that right now. I have not been indoctrinated into a cult. It's friends. It's friends. And for the first time in 10 years, I've found these things. They're fantastic, I think. I'm not entirely sure what they're for yet, but they sound nice, don't they? Friends. Names like Emma, Alex, and Brendan. So they sound nice. And yes, I did just call out my mates because I know this is going on YouTube. And it's nice to think about, hey, friends. It's a humble word. It's a reliable word. Did I mention I was an only child? Anyway, you have been fantastic, especially 6-year-old me. Thank you.